Hi everyone. For a few years now, I have created renders of the Liberator, the spacecraft we all know and love from the classic TV show Blake 7. The response and feedback on social media to much of my work has been amazing. I've had lots of positive feedback. There have also been several inquiries about the project. Questions like where am I taking all of this and what's the project really all about? Hopefully, in this presentation, we will answer some of those questions. Welcome to Liberator Aftershock. I'm a huge fan of Blake 7 and have been since it first aired in 1978 when I was only 13. Along with Star Trek, Doctor Who and other shows from that era, Blake 7 was definitely one of the inspirations in my career choice. As a visual effects artist, I've been lucky enough to work on some incredible films and TV projects. One or two I'm sure that you'll recognise. Several years ago, I became involved in a proposed Blake 7 remake. I was tasked with reimagining the Liberator. At first I was quite hesitant about this, but after seeing some of the previous concepts that bore no relation to the original, I decided to give it a go. I had been inspired by the success of the Battlestar Galactica remake, and I was impressed with the overall design choices and the quality of the visual effects. Keeping the integral design from the original show was important to me. I was fairly pleased with the concept that got the nickname the DSV-3. Clearly the remake didn't happen, but I'm glad the design has been put to good use on the book cover of the novel Vindictus. During my time working on Star Trek, I began to wonder what Blake 7 would look like if it were made with today's visual effects technology. I also wondered what the battle scenes would look like if the show had had a substantial budget. There is now a script for Liberator Aftershock. I don't want to elaborate too heavily on the plot, but I do want to express that there is a narrative to this short story, and I'm treating it like a drama. One of the main inspirations for the project has been drawn from the original second episode, Spacefall. This is probably the catalyst for the project. In many ways, Liberator Aftershock is the prelude to Spacefall. In the second episode, Blake and the other prisoners are on the prison transport London, en route to the penal colony Cygnus Alpha. Midway through the journey, the transport is struck by shockwaves emanating from a devastating space battle. Liberator Aftershock charts the actions of Zen and the crew of the DSV-2 during this conflict. It also explores an even greater conflict with Zen as the AI wrestles with its directives. In many ways, we see that Zen may have more in common with a crew of rebels than previously realised. In our modern day-to-day lives, where AI is far more prevalent, I think it is an interesting premise bringing Zen back. As most of you are probably aware from images that I have shared on social media, the exterior model of the ship is mostly complete. Part of the mandate for creating this project was to develop a CG model of the original ship that would stand up to at least 4K resolution. I went on the hunt for production reference images to get as clear a picture of the Liberator as possible. Once I had the initial build sorted out, I knew that I would need to add additional small detail for it to hold up with some of the framing I had in mind. Finally, it was important for me to emulate the emotion of seeing the Liberator in that classic first glimpse, first seen in Spacefall.
that instrumentation.
Shit like this could go anywhere.
To me, the set designs for both Doctor Who's original TARDIS and the Liberator flight deck are two of the most memorable in sci-fi history. Again, it has been important to gather reference and examine each picture in detail. Although the flight deck might be recognisable, there is a huge amount of work to get it to look right. The extended plan is to develop the teleport and other key areas of the ship, including a huge, previously unseen engineering section, which is key to the story. The space battle will, without a doubt, be a highlight of Liberator Aftershock. The system attack ships will be making an appearance, as will the newly constructed B4-B7 scout ship, which is a pivotal asset in the story. At the moment, I have only touched on conceptualizing the battle. I want the alien battle fleet that the system are fighting to be conceptually very different. I want to generate a real high-stakes sense of drama. What are my hopes for Liberator Aftershock? My hope is that I can create a near-perfect piece of fan fiction. I hope it's going to be exciting, immersive and nostalgic to watch. And I hope it not only celebrates one of the best sci-fi shows, but one of the most memorable spacecraft in science fiction history, the Liberator.